Hello, on video today for to back from how to play. Today we're looking at how to play the game Lure. It's all about fishing. If you don't like fishing, well, you might still like this game because it doesn't involve stinky bait or anything like that, or clean fish. It's just cards and dice. This is from All Play. This came out this year, very recently. It's designed by Satoru Nakamura, art by Daniel Porphyry and Enko Gavril. All Play. And this game plays 2 to 5 players. In about 15 minutes, ages 7 and up. It's all about dice and cards. And I also got the expansion here, which I'll talk about. If you're playing the regular game, each player is going to get 5 regular dice, just D6, number 1 through 6. You also get 2 special dice. This is a D12, it's 12 sided, and a D20, it's 20 sided. If you're going to do the expansion, you will also get an additional 4-sided dice, numbered 1 through 4. It's also a special die. I'll put those aside for now. And each player gets a player screen, and behind it, they secretly keep their dice. You also have these lures. There's 3 different types of lures here that you can use for fishing. Oh my, I do 4, they're all exactly the same type of lure. um, Damn it. So the different types of lures you got includes this one. This lets you add or subtract 1 to any dice roll. So if I were to roll these 3, and I got a 6, and 1, and a 3, and I wanted a 5 instead of a 6, I could use this to change that, or I could change the 1 to a 2, or what have you. Pretty self-explanatory. This one counts as a 4 on the dice roll if you use it. So if I were to have that in there, that would be a 4, and I'd have a 1, a 3, a 4, a 6. And this one is a boast token. So you use this one, and if you catch one of these fish, you get to add this as 2 victory points. If not, you lose it. And whenever you use a lure, you will discard it unless it's a boast token and you win it, and you get to keep those points. At the start of the game, everyone is going to draw, and you got a bunch of lures here. We have a total of 24 lures. Each person is going to draw one at the start of the game. And you're going to keep this all, I need to shovel this back. You're going to keep this all behind your player board. The player board has all the information on the back as well that you could want, which is nice, and pretty nice artwork to boot. I really wasn't going to use the player boards for the purposes of this, but screw it, we'll use it. We also got dice in pink and purple for more players. You use whatever colors you want. But each player is going to draw these lure tokens, 1 at the start of the game, and you put them face up behind your player screen. This guy got a boast token, this guy got a 2 dice, and I got a 5 die. And then you're going to bring out the cards. Now, for 2 players, or 3 players, you will remove, I believe it's 15 cards. Let me just verify. 10 cards from the game, randomly. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for 2 or 3 players, you will flip over 2 to start off the fishing. And I really need more room here. I'm just going to put my player board off to the side. Or I'll just move everything off to the side here so it's out of the way. If you're doing 2 or 3 players, you're going to have 2 cards. 4 or 5, you'll have 3. At every round, you will add more. Let's talk about what's on the cards here. You got a victory point total, and it says the fish and has a nice picture. And then you got a bunch of numbers. What's the information? This number in yellow is a catch number, and this means when you roll the dice, you have to have at least a roll of 22 or more to catch this fish, and that's all you need. Other fish have different requirements. This one, you have to roll at least 15, and none of the dice can match, is what that means, as it says in here. So, this one, if you see a card that has a number like this on it, you have to have at least 1 die that has that number. Some of them will have 2 or 3 numbers. As an example, like this one requires 2 1s in a row. This is a 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. If you see a symbol like this, you cannot use one of your lure tokens to catch this one. And there are some, I don't have one in my hand here, that, like this one, oh, that's not the one, like this one, that require you to use a lure. So if you don't have a lure or you don't use it, you can't catch that fish. Some of them have this equals between two dice, which means they have to have two dice or more that have the same number. This one, no dice with the same number. Must use a lure token, may not play any lure tokens. And then this is the lures, what they do, adjusting up or down. It counts as an extra die if you have that one. And 2 points if you catch any fish. If you don't, it's bye-bye. And it just tells you everything you need to know, so that's cool. And the way it's going to work is you're going to have your dice behind here. You're going to bring out the cards. And then everyone is going to secretly take a number of dice in their hand and put them out on the table. So he's going to do this, this. We're all just secretly going to do this. So you got 2, 3, and 3. So then what happens, and, you know, maybe this guy also uses this. He could also put out a lure if you want. And now what happens is whoever played the smallest amount of die gets to roll first. If there happens to be a tie, like we both have 3, we would roll at the same time. So this guy's going to roll first. Going to hope to catch a fish. He needs a total of 2 on his dice or more, and 2 ones to get that one. On this one, he would need a total of 20 or more, and 2 dice that are the same number. He's not going to get that with 2 dice, but he might get lucky and roll 2 ones. And he is not. I actually don't know why he played that. That was foolish, because he's just going to lose the victory points. He probably shouldn't have done that, but he failed, and he loses this token. It goes back into the pile, and he's done. He didn't catch anything, because he did not roll 20 or more with 2 dice being the same number, and he did not roll 2 ones. So then these 2 guys are going to go at the same time. And what do we got here? Nobody wins. We both rolled almost identically the same thing, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5. That does not equal 20 or more, and we don't have 2 dice that are the same. So we both failed. If you don't catch any fish, you get to draw a new lure. Oh, he just redrew the same one. If you are successful in catching a fish, you will take it and place it face down into a score pile. Since nobody caught any fish, we continue into the next round, and we just add 2 more fish, and we go again. Now, if you ever roll one of these 2 special die, or this one if you're doing the expansion, and let's say I roll them, I put them out here, and I roll them, and whether or not I catch anything in this case, I don't catch anything because I don't match any of the dice numbers or any of the other requirements, so I wouldn't catch anything, so I had to draw another lure. But what I wanted to point out is these 6 dice, these 6-sided dice, the 5 regular dice, you can use over and over and over. But since I use a special die, I must now put it in front of my board, and I may not use it for the next round. So every time you use one of these, the 2 or 3 special die, it has to sit there for a round before you can use it again. After we roll the dice again, do another round, then I can take it back and put it behind my board. So it's a pretty straightforward game, rolling dice, trying to match the numbers, and making sure, obviously, you don't use the same special die 2 times in a row is one thing. And, of course, you can use the lures, so I can use this for something. I can use this one, unless it says you cannot use a lure. And, of course, there's some that you must use a lure. So that's the main game. I want to talk about the expansion a little bit, which adds, of course, this 4-sided die, which again is a special die, and if I use it, then it has to sit here for 1 round before I can use it again. Pretty straightforward. But the cards for the expansion add some interesting new things, if I can find them. There they are. These are the cards. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to mention, actually, before we go on. These splash effects. Certain cards have splash effects, these 2 effects. And if they come out here on the table, you will activate that effect. What are those effects? This effect means you add 1 more fish. This effect means everyone draws another lure token. And once those come out on the table, you do those effects immediately. I apologize. I forgot to mention them. They're right here, the splash effects. Draw one more fist. And if it has a splash effect, you resolve it. And everyone for this one draws one lure. So you do those immediately when those cards come out. We didn't get any, so I forgot. But let's look at the expansion cards here, which adds, the expansion adds 15 new cards and 5 more special dice. These ones, one per player. If you're doing the expansion and you're doing 2 or 3 players, you will discard 25 cards randomly, and for 4 or 5 players, you will randomly remove 15. What this adds is a couple of things with the expansion. It adds some new types of scoring or cats type word salad, can't speak. By the way, this is Deep Waters expansion, and it adds new catch requirements, is what I'm trying to say. For instance, this one, you need to have a total of 4 more. You need to have a 4, and all the numbers have to be even. And there is some that all the numbers have to be odd. This catch requirement that it adds is you have to use at least 2 of your special die. So you have to use at least 2 of these free special die to be able to catch this fish. Again, this is only with the expansion. And there's like 2 of those, and there's 1 odd, 1 even. And then there's 4 of these that have this fishing pole on there. And this is the, whatchamacallit? The tenacious fish. So this one will require a total of 5 or more to catch it. But if you catch a tenacious fish, it does not go automatically in the scoring pile. And these also have, so you can distinguish them from the other cards. They have a different color. And they also have some trophies, which I'll get to in a minute. So you can separate them easily from the regular cards if you want to, which is nice. Tenacious fish, if I roll, in this case 5 or more, and I catch this, I'm not going to put it in my score pile. I'm going to put it in front of me. At this point, anyone else who would meet that objective can actually catch it and steal it from me. But if I were to roll that, meet that requirement again, then I would catch it. So basically, you're going to catch that one twice, and if you don't, somebody else can steal it from you. It's kind of an interesting little thing. But you cannot catch it twice in one round. So if I catch it, nobody else can immediately steal it. They have to do it in the next round, which is always nice. Now, I mentioned all the cards also have trophies on them. 1 to 3 trophies. And this is another victory point thing that will come in at the end of the game. At the end of the game, whoever has the most of these trophies will get an additional 7 victory points. And whoever has the least will lose 7 victory points. And if there happens to be a tie for most or least, you both get or lose points. So it's kind of cool. The expansion adds those new dice, new cards, new catch requirements, the trophies, and the tenacious fish. Now also, if you do catch one of these tenacious fish, and you have one of the boast tokens out there, which I can't find at the moment. There we go. And you use a boast token, you will still win the boast token, even if somebody else steals it afterwards. And you won't be able to draw a token because you caught a fish. You only draw lure tokens if one of these comes out, or if you do not catch a fish. So that's the game. Pretty nice components. I mean, just a smooth plastic coated finish on the cards. The dice are nice. The tokens, they're fine for what they are. I'm surprised there wasn't a upgraded token, but it is what it is. The upgrade or the expansion was these extra cards and die. I think it's a pretty cool game. A pretty simple little quick game, just rolling dice, trying to catch fish, trying to match the requirements. I like it. So that is that. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Sorry, this took a little bit more than a minute. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.